This is Ricky Rogers, and these are my 5 audience members for my speech for my 3rd week of speech class. Everyone has to eat, and vegetables are a mainstay of the human diet. There are many benefits to growing heirloom vegetables. Most people today are becoming more concerned with what they're putting in their bodies. When you eat an heirloom vegetable, you know what you're getting. I have been growing my own vegetables since childhood. Today I will explain what heirloom vegetables are, their diverse histories, and how they help to protect the genetic diversity of our continuing food sources. What are heirloom vegetables? Heirlooms produce seeds that will grow to be identical to the parent plants, whereas hybrids will not. Heirlooms are grown for their taste rather than their color. While most commercially grown produce is bred to be a certain color and a certain shape, heirlooms are grown for their taste and their sustainability in the regular garden. Heirlooms are mostly hand-me-downs. In fact, Seed Savers Exchange defines an heirloom as any plant that has a history of being passed down within a family. Due to the way in which farmers passed along the seeds, there's an interesting and diverse history. Heirlooms, due to their very nature, have an extensive history. The term heirloom was developed around 2 decades ago, though the plants this term describes are very much older. The majority of heirlooms are plants that have an extensive history through word of mouth, as most heirlooms have been passed down from farmers to their sons and daughters and to their sons and daughters. According to Dr. Caroline J. Mayle, the tomato known as the Cherokee Purple is said to be more than 100 years old and was originally grown by Cherokee Indians. There is also a fair amount of recorded history for established plants that could be considered heirlooms. One of the most important parts of this recorded history takes place in Ireland. In the 1840s, a tragic event known as the Irish potato famine took place, which decimated Ireland due to the lack of genetic diversity in its mainstay food sources. According to Cherie Langoy, in her article History Sown in Seeds, a lack of genetic diversity caused the potato famine because the people of Ireland became almost solely dependent on one genetic strain of potato. Their sole dependency on this one type of potato allowed a fungus that targeted that specific gene and abnormally warm weather conditions for several years to destroy and decimate their potato crops, resulting in a famine that starved to death over 1 million people. Had the Irish grown more genetically diverse potatoes and more types of potatoes, this whole disaster would have been averted. It is important to continue to breed genetically diverse vegetables so that we can ensure our future food sources. Currently, the vast majority of large farms which produce the majority of our food use the same genetic strains, usually a hybrid, to produce the food that we eat today. If a new fungus or bacteria were to target one of these genetic strains, we could have a major food shortage in our times. Growing heirloom vegetables helps to protect the genetic diversity of our future food sources. I have defined heirloom vegetables, informed you of their diverse history and how they protect the genetic diversity of our continuing food sources. I would like to leave you with this final thought. In Genesis 1:28, God gave man dominion over the earth. And in Luke 12:48, it says, "For everyone to whom much is given. From him, much will be required. We have been given dominion over the entire earth and all the things in it. And we will be held accountable for what we have done with it in our lifetimes.